Hello, friends.
Hey, it's time for a real estate market update.
It is, and this is March 2026.
That's right. So is the Ventura County market, is it heating up or is it finally cooling down? If you've been wondering whether now is a good time to buy or sell your home, you're not alone because the market is shifting and it's getting interesting. Today we're going to break down what's happening in Ventura County in March and what the numbers say, what they mean, and what you should be doing about it. So let's get started.
All right, let's talk about the big picture. This is Ventura County overall, the whole county. Average sales price is around $1,026,000, so $1,026,000. Median prices countywide hovering around $870,000 to $900,000, and days on market are roughly 55 to 67 days.
Now that depends on kind of what price range you're in and where you are, that the days on market, it fluctuates a little bit. But that's definitely more than probably double or triple what it was in 2021 and probably double what it was in 2023.
Right, and for people that are trying to calculate the absorption rate, this week we've had about 676 homes come on the market, and homes sold per month is usually around 400 to 420.
That's right. So what does that tell us? Homes are still selling and inventory is growing, but buyers are taking their time and they're negotiating, and we hear from our escrow officers that there are record cancellations. Buyers are getting into escrow and getting cold feet or seeing the inspection and not realizing that there's always something with every house. Nothing is perfect. Everything could use a little work, but getting scared and canceling.
That's right. See, that's right. That's right. So we'll count that's right. The market is no longer in a frenzy that it was a couple of years ago where you put a house on the market, phone rings soon as you put it on, you've got multiple offers in a week. Buyers are more cautious right now. Homes are sitting longer and pricing matters more than ever. You can't say, hey, let's try this price, because it's literally going to put you behind the bell curve.
That's right. Homes are
There's
taking
that right again.
the homes are taking 10 to 20 days longer to sell, and it's going to take you even longer if you overprice the home. And 60% of homes are selling under the asking price. So that tells you that either some sellers are starting too high for starters, or the buyers are negotiating. So those are the two options, but 60% are selling under the asking price. So it's really important that you get your listing price strategic right out of the gate.
Yes, so let's talk about price ranges, because we're talking about a broad market. Now let's segment it partially, and what we'll do is we'll break it down between under 700,000. Very difficult to buy single family houses or condos in our county under 700. They're still out there. Now they're still competitive. First time buyers are still active in that price range, but limited inventory keeps the pressure on the prices.
Now, 700,000 to $1 million, this is your busiest segment, and homes are selling, but buyers are negotiating, like I said, and pricing correctly is critical. The next price range is $1 million to $1.5 million. Slower movement, of course, the more expensive the home gets. Longer days on market, and buyers are selective and often waiting for their perfect home when you get over $1 million. And then when you get over $1.5 million,
over $1.5 million, these homes are a lot more sensitive to interest rates, because you're talking about a lot bigger balance. Usually jumbo loans. Luxury homes are setting longer, makes more sense, but well-priced homes are still selling. Once again, if it's priced right, and it's not a pie-in-the-sky price, it's like, hey, I'm ready to sell, what's the price? And it comes out to the right price, it's going to sell very quickly.
That's right. Now inventory is rising, hitting the market, giving buyers more choices. Prices are slightly softening, maybe down 2%, very little. So basically flat from last year. And like we said, homes are taking longer to sell, with mortgage rates still hovering 6 to 6.5. I mean, it's less than they were a year ago when they were at 7 and pushing up over 7, but we're still at 6, 6.5.
So what's this mean for sellers? Well, we're going to tell you what it means. Yeah, this is not the market to test a price. It really has to be calculated out as close as we can. The art of home pricing. This is where it all comes into play. They're showing beautifully, market aggressively. So the houses that are fixers, they're getting hammered on price. But if it's showing beautifully and ready to go, what most buyers are looking for, that's selling right away. Because today's buyer, they're patient and they have more options than they've had basically in the last 4 years.
Yeah. And buyers, what does this mean for buyers? It's a window of opportunity because now you have more inventory to pick from and you have more negotiating power because there's just more competition to get your attention. But this is key. Good homes are still moving quickly. I'm setting up some showings for tomorrow, and out of probably 14 properties I have lined up, 4 of them are already pending in the first 3 days of coming on. But they are beautiful, well priced, in good locations, all over the county, actually. But they're gone. They're sold right away.
That's the key. If you're going to sell it for the very most amount of money, and every seller we talk to wants to get the most amount of money, you've got to have it beautiful and ready to go. So, year-to-date trends versus prior years. If we go back to 23 and 24, extremely low inventory. Oh my gosh, it was painful. 25 to 26, rising inventory across all our cities here in Ventura County.
Now, sold listings, of course, they're down from the peak of the frenzy. In Ventura, for example, we had 233 quarterly sales. In Oxnard, 259 quarterly sales. And those numbers are coming down from the peak. So volume is stable, but not explosive. Days on market, like I said, were like 20 days in 2022, 40 days in 24, and they're getting to be 60 days here in 26.
The biggest shift in the entire market right now that we're seeing is pricing trends. 21 and 22, rapid appreciation. Oh my gosh, you couldn't price them high enough. 23 and 24, that was the plateau. 25 and 26, this is what we're interested in. Flat to slightly down in higher end markets, stable or slightly up in entry level markets. So, we're pulling this report here from different sources. So if we went to one source, it'd be, yes, this is exactly the deal. But when you put 2 or 3 together, it's kind of like the Mortgage Bankers Association. They lump in a lot of reports together, and this is how we came up with this data.
Yeah, because our county, we have luxury market, we have a mid-market, and then we have an entry-level market. So they're hard to compare, apples and oranges and bananas. But the days on market tells us the real story, that the prices haven't crashed, but time to sell has doubled, and pricing strategy is everything. Overpriced, it is sitting. And well-priced and shows well, it sells, even now.
Very quickly. And that's pretty much what we would expect. If a house has been brought up to selling standards, that just means, if a wall needs painted, paint the wall. If that tree needs to get taken out, take out the tree. And it's ready to go, it's going to sell very quickly as long as it's priced right. And we've seen a house that just broke the record. And it was There
was a big Spanish house here on the hillside in Ventura that came on the market at $1.9 million, and it closed $630,000 over asking. And they had almost a 6-figure roof bid right out of the gate that house needed because it had the big, beautiful tile Spanish roof. But that was a record-breaking sale over the asking price. So things like that, the crazy stories, that will be a myth forever. But it just happened. Property closed in 2 weeks, all cash, and that's the wild story of the week.
Yes, it is. Now, that's the record for Ventura. I mean, we have a lot of other markets around.
Yes.
So we're just talking about the city of Ventura. We're not talking about Newberry Park or Camarillo or all the other lovely cities in our county.
That's right. So whether you're thinking about buying or selling or helping your kids buy or sell or grandkids buy and sell, or you want to buy an investment property, you know where to find us. We look at homes and prices every day and show property and list property. We have a new listing we just put on today. If you have anyone looking for a beautiful, it lives like a single family home, but it has a separate address and a unit over the garage, and it was built in 2006, so it's really a beautiful home. If you have anyone interested in that, we're going to have it open this weekend, and we'd love to have you come and visit us. Come and see us.
GaryandLisa.com.
Your Real Estate Edge.